So in our first assignment, we're supposed to look at the exercise over here, E55. We're reading three numbers, and they're called first, second, and third. Here, I'll tell you a little trick. In computer science, people always say you're supposed to be giving humanly readable names to all of the variables. And in math, one always uses X, Y, Z, or A, B, C, or some such thing. And when you first design a program, you're actually better off with the mathematical convention. So here I'm going to call the numbers A, B, and C, and that way it's easier to play around with the condition and understand that. So there are a few cases that we need to look at. If A is less than B and B is less than C, then the sequence is called increasing, and if the opposite is true, then it's decreasing. And if two of them are the same, that might mean that A and B are the same, or that A and C are the same, or that B and C are the same. In that case, we're supposed to say duplicate, and in all the other cases, we say neither. That's the task at hand. Notice again that here I'm just using the mathematical notation. So, for example, over here, this would not be valid Java. In Java, you would have to say A less than B and B less than C. Over here, I'm just using the mathematical equal sign. That's just because I've been using math notation for years, and in fact, people have used them for hundreds of years, and the math notation is pretty good. It's compact, it's easy to use. The Java notation, of course, has to be very precise to be a programming language, but it's a little bit more cumbersome when you just reason about stuff on a sheet of paper. So my recommendation is always just use math when you do something on graph paper, and use Java when you do it in the text editor. And I would never ever type something into the text editor without first having done some notes and some doodles on some graph paper. Alright, so here we are in BlueJ with the solution, and the solution is pretty simple. Notice it's a sequence of ifs and else ifs. So we first check if it's increasing, if it's decreasing, if it's duplicate, or neither. So the solution reflects exactly what I was just talking about. Also notice the condition here. We're using first less than second, where we had A less than B before. So before we had A less than B less than C. And here we have to do it a little bit more cumbersome by using the and sign here and the other condition here. Also, here is where we check whether any two of the three variables would be equal to each other. Here we use the or, because for this condition to be true, any one of them could be equal. Over here we had to use an and, because for them to be strictly in order, both the first pair and the last pair had to be strictly in order. And that's that.